What if I told you that the difference between thriving and barely surviving in a crisis comes down to one simple rule: two is one and one is none. Picture this: the power goes out in your neighborhood, not for a few hours, but for days, maybe weeks. Your phone dies, the grocery stores are closed, you're empty, your neighbors are panicking, but you're calm, collected, and completely prepared. That's the power of true preparedness. In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover the essential supplies every household should stockpile, why redundancy could save your life, and the shocking truth about what most people forget to prepare for. I'm going to share with you the exact items that seasoned preppers swear by, how to build your stockpile without spending a fortune, and the one thing that's more valuable than all your gear combined. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap to build your own emergency stockpile that will keep you and your family safe, comfortable, and prepared for whatever life throws your way. Welcome to Food Decider, where we help you make smart choices for your family's security and well-being. If this information helps you sleep better at night, smash that like button and subscribe for more practical preparedness content. Let's start with the absolute foundation of preparedness: stored energy. When the grid goes down, everything changes. Your refrigerator stops working, your lights go out, your phone slowly dies. This is why stored energy isn't just important, it's the lifeline that separates comfort from chaos. Picture beyond just throwing a few AA batteries in a drawer. We're talking about creating a comprehensive energy ecosystem. Start with portable battery packs, especially those with USB-C compatibility. These little powerhouses will keep your communication devices running when you need them most. But don't stop there. Invest in larger power stations that can run essential appliances like a small refrigerator or medical equipment. Here's where most people make a crucial mistake. They underestimate how much energy they'll actually need. In a crisis, you'll find yourself using flashlights more often, charging devices repeatedly, and running equipment you never thought about. That's why the two is one and one is none principle is so critical. Have backups for your backups. Solar options are game changers, especially DIY setups that you can expand over time. Even a basic solar panel setup can keep your essential devices charged indefinitely. But here's the kicker: in a prolonged grid-down scenario, you'll likely consume more energy than you ever anticipated. Don't forget about fuel storage. Gasoline for vehicles and generators can be stored in significant quantities when properly stabilized with fuel additives. Rotate your stock to prevent spoilage. Propane comes in various canister sizes and powers everything from outdoor grills to compact hiking stoves. Even if you don't have a fireplace, storing some wood is smart for outdoor cooking or emergency heating. The bottom line is you can never have too much stored energy because you never know how long a crisis might last. Now let's talk about something most people completely overlook: binding items. These are the unsung heroes of preparedness, and they're probably the most versatile supplies you'll ever stockpile. Paracord isn't just rope, it's a prepper's best friend. This incredibly strong cordage can secure tarps, create clotheslines, replace broken shoelaces, or even be unraveled to use the inner strands for fishing line. Baling wire and metal wire are equally indispensable for repairs and improvised solutions. But here's where things get really interesting. Duct tape isn't called the ultimate tool for nothing. It can seal windows during storms, patch holes in equipment, create emergency repairs on almost anything, and even serve as a temporary bandage in medical emergencies. Stock up on specialty tapes too. Electrical tape, masking tape, and packing tape all have unique properties. Glues and zip ties round out this category beautifully. Super glue can make permanent repairs on small items. Zip ties are like permanent rope that can secure, bundle, or attach almost anything. These items are incredibly inexpensive, easy to store, and you can accumulate them gradually over time. In a disaster, you'll be amazed at how quickly you go through these supplies. Whether you're building, repairing, or improvising solutions when traditional tools aren't available, having a robust collection of binding items ensures you're ready for whatever comes your way. Plus, they take up virtually no space and last almost forever. Let's shift gears and talk about manual tools and hardware. When the power's out and the hardware store is closed, these become your lifeline to maintaining and fixing everything around you. Build a collection of manual tools that covers a wide range of tasks. Hammers, handsaws, drill bits, socket sets, and ratchets are essential when power tools become paperweights. Over time, gradually expand your collection to include specialty tools for specific tasks you might face. But tools aren't only part of the equation. A well-stocked hardware supply is what allows you to actually make repairs, build structures, or improvise solutions. We're talking about hinges, nails, screws, and bolts in various sizes. Store these items in an organized manner. Nothing's worse than having the right hardware buried in a box somewhere when you need it urgently. The beautiful thing about these supplies is that they're not just for emergencies. You'll use them for routine repairs and projects all the time, making them a wise investment for any household. Every time you fix something yourself instead of calling a repair service, these tools and supplies pay for themselves. Here's something that might surprise you. Fire starting supplies are some of the most critical items you can stockpile, and they're incredibly affordable and compact. Lighters are cheap, reliable, and easy to stockpile everywhere. Tuck them into your car, your backpack, your emergency kits, and various locations around your home. Matches serve as excellent backups, especially the waterproof variety. But here's the real game changer: ferro rods. These fire starters work even when wet and can create thousands of sparks over their lifetime. In a prolonged crisis, fire-starting tools become incredibly valuable bartering items. People need fire for warmth, cooking, and comfort. While you don't need to hoard hundreds of lighters, having a generous supply ensures you're covered and can help others in desperate situations. The key is building your collection over time and storing fire starters in multiple locations. You'll never regret having too many when the need arises, and they take up almost no space in your preparations. Speaking of things you'll never regret having too many of, light sources become absolutely critical once the sun goes down, and most people drastically underestimate how many they actually need. Flashlights and headlamps are your primary lighting solutions. They're affordable, easy to store, and absolutely critical for safety and productivity after dark. Headlamps deserve special mention because they free up your hands for repairs, navigation, or any task that requires both illumination and dexterity. Don't overlook traditional options either. Oil lamps with long-lasting fuel provide reliable, long-term lighting solutions. Candles, while they should be your last resort for safety reasons, are incredibly inexpensive and have an essentially indefinite shelf life when stored properly. The strategy here is strategic placement throughout your home, vehicles, and outbuildings. Have multiple types of light sources so you're never left fumbling in the dark. Different situations call for different lighting solutions, and having variety ensures you're always prepared. Now let's address something that makes many people uncomfortable, but is absolutely essential: first aid supplies that go way beyond basic band-aids. Most people think they need hundreds of band-aids, but that's not where the real need lies. Items like gauze, wound dressings, and medical tape get consumed incredibly quickly when dealing with serious injuries. A single significant wound can use up supplies you thought would last months. Properly stored, many first aid items last for years. Even supplies that are technically expired can still be valuable for training and practice. In real emergencies, you'll be grateful for a well-stocked kit rather than wishing you had prepared better. Consider the specific needs of everyone in your household, including pets or livestock if you have them. Build your first aid stockpile gradually, focusing on both quality and quantity. The goal isn't to become a field hospital, but to handle common injuries and stabilize serious ones until professional help is available. Don't forget about hygiene supplies either. Toilet paper is a classic prepper staple for good reason. Its only real limitation is storage space. Feminine hygiene products are equally important and often overlooked in preparedness planning. Bar soap deserves special mention because it lasts much longer than liquid alternatives and is less prone to spoilage or leaking. Use it in your daily routine to rotate your stock naturally. Vinegar is an incredibly versatile cleaner with multiple uses beyond hygiene. Bleach and pool shock can be stored for both sanitation and emergency water purification. Here's something most people never think about: trash bags and buckets. Trash bags have countless uses, from basic waste disposal to improvised rain gear or emergency shelter materials. 5-gallon buckets are invaluable for storage, sanitation, and can even serve as makeshift toilets in extreme situations. Never throw away a good bucket. They're always useful for something. Now let's talk about something most preparedness advice completely ignores: financial resilience. This is often the most overlooked aspect of preparedness, but it can be just as critical as food and water. Having cash on hand is crucial because in grid-down scenarios or banking disruptions, electronic payments become impossible. Cash becomes king for everyday transactions, and most people keep far too little readily available. Store cash in various locations: your wallet, a home safe, or other secure spots around your property. But what about longer-term economic disruption? This is where precious metals come into play. Gold and silver serve as hedges against economic collapse or hyperinflation. While cash might lose value rapidly in such scenarios, precious metals typically retain purchasing power and can be used for larger transactions or bartering. Silver is often more practical than gold for most people because it's more affordable and better suited for smaller exchanges. You can accumulate silver and gold gradually, focusing on what fits your budget and specific needs. The key to financial preparedness is flexibility and diversification. Don't put everything in one basket, whether that's cash, precious metals, or even traditional investments. Think about what would serve you best in different crisis scenarios. Here's the truth that every experienced prepper learns eventually. The most important prep isn't something you can buy. It's education and training, and these are the ultimate force multipliers in any preparedness plan.
All the gear in the world won't help you if you don't know how to use it effectively. Knowledge enhances the value of everything you've stockpiled, enabling you to use supplies more efficiently and adapt to changing circumstances that you never anticipated. Focus on essential skills that complement your preparations. First aid training is absolutely critical. Take courses and practice regularly. If you own firearms, seek professional training and practice consistently. Study disaster scenarios that are relevant to your specific area and develop tailored response plans. Stay informed about current events and emerging threats, but be discerning about your information sources. Focus on local risks and your unique situation rather than getting caught up in generic advice that might not apply to you. Remember that preparedness is an ongoing process, not a destination. Regularly review and update your knowledge, skills, and supplies. The more you learn, the better equipped you'll be to handle whatever comes your way, and the more value you'll get from every item in your stockpile. Most importantly, tailor everything to your specific needs and situation. What works for someone in a rural area might not work for someone in an urban apartment. What makes sense for a family with young children might not make sense for a single person. The best preparedness plan is the one that fits your life, your budget, and your realistic assessment of the risks you face. Building your stockpile doesn't have to break the bank or overwhelm your living space. Start small and build over time, focusing on affordable essentials first. Many of the items we've discussed serve multiple purposes and could be valuable for bartering in a crisis, so consider versatility when choosing what to stockpile. Keep everything organized and accessible. There's no point in having supplies if you can't find them when you need them. Rotate perishable items regularly and check expiration dates periodically. Most importantly, remember that preparedness isn't about paranoia or fear. It's about confidence and peace of mind. It's about knowing that you've taken reasonable steps to protect yourself and your loved ones from the uncertainties of life. The 2 is 1 and 1 is none principle isn't just about having backups. It's about building resilience into every aspect of your preparedness planning. Because when crisis strikes, you want to be the person who's calm, prepared, and ready to help others, not the person scrambling to figure out what to do next. Take care, stay prepared, and approach each day with the confidence that comes from knowing you're ready for whatever the future holds. And remember, preparedness is a journey, not a destination. Keep learning, keep improving, and keep building the security that lets you sleep soundly at night. If this video helped you think differently about preparedness, hit that like button and subscribe to Food Decider for more practical advice on keeping your family safe and prepared. What's the first item you're going to add to your stockpile? Let me know in the comments below.